Uncle Ronnie strikes again. So in case you didn't know, CR7 recently sat down with a Spanish journalist for an interview, and despite giving some insight into various aspects of his career like his Madrid exit, playing at the Camp Nou, relationship with Messi and his time at Manchester and all that, if I'm honest, there wasn't really much in that interview that would have surprised anyone. Or so I would have thought. Because you see, the more interviews this dude does, the more I realize that outside football, he's kind of a normal guy. He likes to joke around, usually gives cliched answers, and this is where I emphasize on outside football, doesn't really think of himself as being above anyone. But of course, that's not what we're going to talk about here, is it? Never in a million years. So yeah, let's go ahead and indeed talk about Captain Humility's comments as far as inside football in that interview. And the most prevalent comment out of the lot that for some reason has had a lot of people rattled, and I quote, "I am the best player ever. I believe that. I'm fast, I'm strong, I score with the head, with the left foot, with the greatest of my qualities being the fact that I never say these things about myself and remain humble and let others speak about my greatness." That last sentence may or may not have been fabricated. And look, obviously I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek about all this, but these comments, much like anything else, can be seen from various angles. If you're a Messi fan, well, you would have been angry with those comments regardless, even if it was followed by him sending your mum flowers at your personal address. If you're someone who doesn't give a fuck, well, you're someone who doesn't give a fuck. If you're someone who's a pussy, if you're someone who believes in humility and being a role model no matter how fake it is, you're someone who most probably found all this ridiculous and likely condemned Chris's characteristically conspicuous, cocky and confident comments that could as a collective be concurrently conceived as both critically conceited but to his credit clinically credible too above that. But then, if you're someone like me, honestly, you'd appreciate it. Cause yes, I actually appreciate Ronaldo calling himself the greatest footballer of all time. Why? Number one, as I've said many times before, I've always preferred people who are honest about their claims as opposed to playing the media game and pretending to be humble right up until things don't go their way. Cough, cough. And two, look, considering that most of you who watch these videos are a little younger, this will be quite hard to explain. But basically, if you're someone like me who is very open about his insecurities and do possess that conundrum of a trait where you're secure enough to be open about your insecurities, well, seeing a 40-year-old multi-millionaire, one of the greatest footballers of all time, a man who's adored by the vast majority of human beings on earth, still be filled with such big insecurities that he feels the need to consistently remind people how good he is. Genuinely, I dig that. Like, mate, clearly this dude has serious issues with his inner self-worth and, well, so do I. But obviously the difference is I haven't even scratched the surface of achieving 0.23% of everything he's achieved in his life. And seeing someone with a similar mindset to me in that regard, even at the highest level, straight up, man, I fuck with that. Just please stop referring to yourself in third person. So cringe! Also one thing, you see, despite my B-Tech psychoanalysis monologue right there, if this guy announced himself as the best while putting others down like he's done so in the past, that I wouldn't have appreciated, sorry. Like, I remember years ago a reporter asked him about his recent performance or something, and he replied with something like, "Yeah, but who played good? It wasn't just me who was bad, other people were bad too." No, mate, you can bring yourself up, but do it under your own power and not by stepping on others. And to that point, he didn't step on anyone in that interview. He clearly stated that he understands if you prefer Pele, Messi or Maradona. So yeah, man, big up. Now, for those who were surprised that he is now 40 years old and still talking like this, well, if I'm honest, these are the kind of people that surprise me, cause why? Like, bro, if anything, one of the main reasons why you shouldn't be surprised with the stuff that he said is because of the fact that he is 40 years old. He's 40 years old. You really expect him to change now? Like, brother, that sort of change in your maturity usually occurs in your late 20s, early 30s-ish. So, this is your GOAT. This is what your GOAT is like. And this is probably what your GOAT will be like for good. Unless you go through another phase of maturity in your 60s or something. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not that old. No. As for his actual claim of being the most complete footballer ever, I believe he worded it wrong. He's the most complete attacker ever. He can score, he can create, he has an amazing weak foot, he's the greatest header of the ball of all time. actually did used to score free kicks, believe it or not. He's a reliable penalty taker. He's arguably the greatest winger of all time, arguably the greatest wide midfielder of all time, and when he was forced to play there on occasion, he was also a world-class number 9. But again, he, like most of you in most days, forgot that 11-a-side football isn't all about attacking. And when we do involve those who excel in the ugly side of the game, as some of you may call it, brother, Ruud Gullit shits on you, Philipp Lahm shits on you, Fernando Hierro shits on you, Franz Beckenbauer shits on you, and to be honest, even Wayne Rooney dumps his green ogre ass shit on you. Now that was addressing his comment on being the most complete ever, but as far as his claim of being the greatest ever, and that is that. Agree or disagree with Ronnie's comments? Let me know in the comments of this video. And as usual, man them, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Till next time, you keep rolling.